Hey everybody, it is Linda again, and a little departure from our normal baking here. Today I am making dog cookies. So for those of you who don't know, we have a great little golden retriever who hangs out with us sometimes, and many of us are kind of dog people around here, so I thought it was time for me to make some dog cookies. These are super simple. They're 4 ingredients. It's 2/3 of a cup of canned pumpkin, a 1/4 cup of peanut butter, and you want to make sure that you use decent peanut butter. It doesn't have to be like all natural, organic, all of that stuff, but you do need to make sure it's not one with artificial sugars. Xylitol in particular is very harmful to dogs, so a little bit of sugar is fine, but no artificial sweeteners in your peanut butter. I like creamy just because it mixes better, but you could use crunchy if you wanted to. 2 eggs and 2.5 to 3 cups of whole wheat flour. So we are going to start by just mixing up the eggs and the peanut butter. We want to get those nice and creamy so that they are all blended together. Once they're all blended together, we're gonna just turn the mixer down super low and start adding in our flour. So you may not need all of it. You can use regular flour. This is whole wheat. I use whole wheat because it's a little more nutritious. One thing to know about whole wheat flour, if you do keep it around, I like to store mine in the freezer so that it lasts. Whole wheat flour goes bad faster than regular all-purpose flour, and I know a lot of people buy it and don't use all of it at once. So if you store it in the freezer, I keep it in its original bag, inside a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and that works out just fine. It helps it stay fresher longer. If you're using fresh flour, then you definitely want to keep fresh milled flour in the freezer. But regular all-purpose flour would absolutely work fine. So the dough is going to look a little dry. You're not looking for a chewy cookie here for your dog. Remember, your dog likes those crunchy cookies you buy at the store, so you want to give him or her a crunchy cookie to chomp on at home. So once it's mostly mixed up like this, and you can see that it looks pretty dry and crumbly, we're going to actually take it out and give it a little bit of a kneading to get it to come together. And you can see that I did not end up using all of the flour, so if you add a little more pumpkin than you think you should have or something, you might end up with more of the flour in there. So once it starts to come together, again, it's gonna be on the dry side, and that's okay. You're gonna roll it out till it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Once it's about 1/4 of an inch thick, you're gonna cut them. And I happen to have this really cute little dog bone shaped cookie cutter that I like to use, but you can use any cookie cutter. Over the holidays, I will often dig out my Christmas cookie cutters and do Christmas cookies for the puppy. Or I actually have a fire hydrant cookie cutter at home, so there's some fun ones out there that you. All right, so once you've got them all cut and on your cookie sheets, and I do parchment lined cookie sheets, you could do a Silpat mat if you wanted to, or you can do them unlined. That's totally up to you. I like them this way because it just makes them easier to slide off the cookie sheets when they're done. I'm gonna put them in a preheated 350-degree oven, and they are gonna cook for 18 to 20 minutes. All right, so back again. Dog cookies are out of the oven. I like to flip them over as soon as they come out so that they dry thoroughly, because they still have a little bit of moisture in them. But they're gonna be nice and hard and crunchy. This one I actually just broke, but they should be nice and hard and crispy. And if you want to crisp them up a little bit longer, you can actually turn your oven down to about 200 degrees and leave them in there for 2 hours. That'll crisp them up nice and firm. Otherwise, they're fine as is. Store them in an airtight container and they'll keep about a week at room temperature.